it's Anthony. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Random Thoughts Part 2. So let's get started. Very soon there will be a generation that doesn't know life without the internet. I've said this a million times, but this is actually not the generation that doesn't know life without the internet. Because before COVID, I feel like people rarely used the internet. Like, because we were actually being productive. We were actually like going outside and talking to people in person instead of talking to people on like a voice chat or a video call or whatever. And we were actually reading physical paper books. But then COVID happened, and basically the internet basically like internet users basically like went up, like way up. And nobody was reading actual books anymore. And if people were reading, they were reading books online, because now we have like read any book on .com. Like, now we actually have like like Goodreads, like reading on like our tablets or whatever. And yeah, because we actually, before COVID, we actually did know life without the internet. But but it, Gen Beta is going to be that generation. Because now we have iPad kids, because before the child is even born, their parents are going to buy them an iPad. And once you give them that iPad, they're going to be glued to it. Like, and if you try to take the iPad away from them, you won't live to see another day. The kids can throw a tantrum, and when when the iPad dies, the kid's gonna go absolutely insane. Like, why didn't you charge my iPad? Like, yeah. Enough about the internet. Um, you don't realize it, but your toes are always touching each other. Like, no matter how badly you want to separate your toes, they're always going to be touching each other. Taxes are like a subscription to your country that you can't cancel no matter how bad the service gets. Like, you have to pay your taxes, otherwise you get in trouble with the government. Because, it's bad to not pay your taxes. Nothing is on fire. The fire is just on the thing. Because like if I don't know what it would look like if something was on fire, because the fire is always on the thing. In order to fall asleep, you have to pretend to be asleep. Like, falling asleep is not just going to happen. You actually have to like close your eyes and pretend to be asleep. because like otherwise if you don't if it's not just gonna happen. Don't expect you don't expect to look up at the ceiling and be like, okay, in 5 minutes my eyes are going to slowly close. Like it doesn't work that way. Teenagers like to flex about how expensive their things are, but adults like to flex about how cheap they got something for. Like, teenagers are like, this costs $500. Meanwhile, adults are like, oh my god, I just got something and it only costs $10. Because teenagers like spending money and adults like saving money. If you see someone wearing a $30,000 watch, it's hard to know if they're really good with money or if they're really bad with money. Or I shouldn't actually say the actual price, like if they're wearing an expensive watch. Because if they're good with money, then that means they like have a good job. They could be bad with money because they could just be spending that money for no reason. Arguing with dumb people actually makes you smarter because you have to figure out ways to explain things in a way that the dumb person can understand. So yeah, the next time you're arguing with someone who claims to be or you think is dumb, you're actually getting smarter. Hearing your favorite song on the radio hits so much harder than if it was on your phone. Same thing with um listening the phone listening to music with headphones on. Like it just hits so much harder than if you're listening to music with no headphones. Tall people are expected to use their reach to help short people, but if a tall person were to ask a short person to hand them something they dropped on the floor, it'd be insulting. Because like they're gonna claim I'm too tall to get this myself. Can you bend down and get it? A burger doesn't have a front or back until you take a bite out of it. Because like it's like round, so it really doesn't have a front or a back because but yeah. So not everything has a front or a back. Um Teenagers drive like they have limited time and old people drive like they have all the time in the world. Like because like I feel like teenagers and young people don't like being late, but elderly people don't really care if they're late because like when you get older, you start getting slower. Like the older you get, the slower you get. We pay more attention to the ads we can skip than the ads we are forced to watch. Like why are skippable ads so much more interesting than unskippable ads? I've stated this before and I'm going to say it again, but teachers have to be in school from when they are 5 to when they retire, which is 65. So basically, teachers have to be in school for 60 years. That's almost their whole life. Unless you're a teacher who got fired or quit. But why would you quit? Hmm. Maybe you just don't like teaching because you don't get paid enough. Schools punish you by making you miss school. Like, if you get suspended, you're missing school. If you get expelled, you have to move schools. You can never fully drink something. Only like 99.9% of it. Because like there's always gonna be a little bit of water left. Like there's always gonna be like a little bit, like just a little tiny bit. Like you can never fully drink 100% of it. I will make a part 3, but that's basically all for today. Subscribe and have a good day.